scaling a business doesn't have to be as hard as everybody makes it out to seem. What we're doing right now is we're literally just copying people who already scaled the business. For example, right now we're working on this, but I'm going to show you guys a template that is proven, and we're just legit just fucking taking it from, I think it's Alex Ramosi, Russell Brunson, and basically all the niggas you look up to and who you jerk off to use this shit, and we're just taking it from them. So it's called the Castle Method SOP template. Since right now we're trying to systematize all the things that we're doing in the business so that we can delegate it and we can just spend more time jerking off to IG models. We're trying to come up with something that's replicable so we can hire people for, I guess, a paid salary and they can do this shit for us. And we're making out these SOPs so they can follow these frameworks. And even if they're retarded, so even if they have Down syndrome, they can replicate this. So basically what this castle method does is it basically the C is for context. What exactly is the purpose of this system and what's it for? Like the purpose, outcome, owner, time frame, all that bullshit. And the A is assets are required. For example, if we're making a system for a webinar, basically build a high converting webinar from scratch. And the assets that would be required would be the templates of the docs, the video walkthroughs, like tech stack for fucking go high level, all the bullshit. And it would just kind of give you an entire walkthrough here. And the S is for a step-by-step process. This is kind of where you go into the details and where you actually show the people how the fuck you build out the workflow. Oh, look at it. Let's focus. There we go. Yeah, it basically just goes through a step-by-step process on how you actually go about building this little majigama And then the troubleshooting is just in case everything goes wrong. I mean, it probably will go wrong, especially if you're hiring people from the Philippines and people from fucking South Sudan. They will more than likely fuck up, especially if you're paying them 25 cents an hour. So that's what you want to have this troubleshooting thing for, just in case it goes wrong, which it will go wrong. And then L is for leveling up this is more than likely for the people who are actually, smart in the business. That troubleshooting, I would honestly put more emphasis on the troubleshooting part more than anything. Obviously, you want to the most emphasis in the step-by-step process and make it idiot-proof. But then you also want to put a lot of emphasis on the troubleshooting just in case something goes wrong so that you don't have to be on the phone with your retarded-ass employees the whole day. And the key examples is basically a thing that you've already done. Like if you already made a webinar, you can kind of show screenshots of the landing page and you could post the actual webinar itself and just show the completed version and actual like final deliverables and what the webinar did. And then obviously you want to have Loom walkthroughs because if you don't have a Loom walkthrough in an SOP, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're living in the 1950s and you're a retard. So you definitely want to have that. And then a quiz or checklist for verification to see if, they actually did what they were supposed to do. So building out systems doesn't have to be as complicated as, people make it out the seam. These used to be our old SOPs. I'm going to show you guys. They are pretty proof, but they simply just don't go into enough depth. Let me show you guys the one that we built for post the lead journey map. So this is what we had. It comes with it's not the worst, but it's also not that good. Purpose, when to use, the lead journey step. So it's basically all of this, but it simply just has too many gaps and too many holes. So the way that you actually patch those gaps is by making a fucking video for it. So
ideas are super cheap. Execution is very, very difficult.
yeah.
And so you can use AI to come up with the ideas. You can have it plan everything out for you, but actually execute at a very high level and getting a result for your client is the challenging part, which is what makes the business and why you have outsized returns if you do a good job.
Yeah. Building up the system's easy, but actually delivering on what your system is supposed to deliver on.
There's one nigga that we know. This ain't my channel. So this is not Joshua Lazar. This is Black Joshua Lazar because Moses drops the N-bomb on this channel. That all of us know that he's just a system. We all know all he does is build out these incredibly niche systems, but his business doesn't work because he doesn't actually provide a good quality service.
Bruh, chill, bruh.
Russ.
Oh my God, bro. Nigga, bruh, chill, bruh. Nah, babe, shout out to that nigga though. He's cool. I fuck with him.
Cool.
He's a cool ass nigga. Yeah, just actually delivering on your system or building out a system that actually shows results. That's the hard part that we're still kind of working on.
Nah, nigga, we show results.
And we show results because we're just like that nigga. We just feel like that. We're just like that nigga. So yeah, build out a system for your clients or just build out a system for your business. Don't be a fucking retard. And if you're
don't be a pussy ass,
don't be a pussy ass nigga. If you were born with a brain, then this should be pretty easy.
Nah, facts, bro. If you were born with a brain, this should be super easy. The fact that you don't have $1 bajillion right now,
I did gang, bro. If you don't have that, a fucking be like this,
bro, you're stupid. Quit.